Hi guys, so this is kind of weird. I feel a little awkward doing my first video, but figured I would do a video of myself putting on makeup since that's almost more of a love than painting, and I technically think of it as painting on my face. So here is my basic routine. Here, and I'll go through the products that I'm using. So putting my hair back so I can do my makeup. I always start with concealer, which is like, if I could only live with one makeup product, I would do concealer only, which I know a lot of people think is crazy, but I just think it makes such a difference on your face. I use Lancome, this one, Ultra Wear. It doesn't budge, you only need a drop, and it lasts all day, doesn't crease. So, just so you guys know, I have started using as a primer Supergoop. It's also sunscreen. It's amazing. It comes all out clear like a gel, and not only protects your face but helps makeup stick. So, the little dot. I always do it on my middle finger so I can just delicately put that under my eyes. And I'm never shy of putting it down as low as possible, with depending on how much I put on my fingers. And always just in the corner here. So you can already see my face looks so much different. Okay. And then, I actually just read about this, so I'm gonna try this with you guys, but I have pretty oily skin, so I normally use a matte foundation anyways, but was read that if you put baby powder on your primer before the foundation, that it actually helps soak up excess oil and then helps the application of everything else. So I just put baby powder here on a paper towel. I'm gonna smell like a baby. And I do actually use baby powder when my skin is oily. Just putting it over my makeup, it actually goes on really, really nice. Okay. And then I use this Beautifully Matte. I think it's Warm Ivory is the color. Love it. I've used everything in the book from expensive to cheap, and to be honest, I think this works better than a lot of expensive makeup, so why spend a lot when this works, right? So I do one drop on this brush on one side of my face. Go down just so that it looks even and you don't see a line where your makeup stops. And then let's do one more dot. And the other side. Probably should turn off my TV if you guys hear that in the background. Okay, nice and covered. You can see how matte it goes on, but it also looks light. It doesn't look cakey. Love. And then, so that everything blends well later, you need to set. So I use All Nighter. It's a waterproof setting powder. It's actually this color. And this one's definitely my favorite so far. This is by Urban Decay. That on. kind of makes just that sticky dewiness go away, but considering I personally like to use powder for my contouring, this just helps the contouring process go on a lot smoother rather than sticking to the sticky foundation. Okay, so I've got my base. And now comes the fun part. This is one of my favorite parts, contouring. So I actually, once again, have used everything in the book. I love this, and it's fairly cheap. Works better than expensive products, at least in my opinion. I actually got a new contouring brush I'm excited to use. I've never used it before, so you guys are gonna watch me test it. But it looks like this, and it's supposed to help give a fine, even line. So first what I like to do is actually just use this big brush again and use this and just combine them. Roughly go over my face, mostly because I'm pretty tan, especially during the summer. So I want to make sure that my face matches. I like to do that method rather than getting a darker foundation and just use bronzer. So this just gives like a rough outline. And the idea of contouring is to make your face look like it naturally would if you were getting a suntan on your face. So just putting the darker colors where the sun would hit and the lighter colors where the light would hit. Sun meaning, I guess, creating a tan, light meaning just where your face naturally illuminates. So first I do that, and then start with this one on the nose. Put it on both sides, which just makes your nose look defined and cute and just a little smaller, which everyone likes. It's just creating a natural shadow. And I take this same color again, this lighter one, and put it around my jawline, which also just makes you look a little slimmer, slims down your face. Can't talk. Let's see if I even use this video later. Okay, and then just so that looks even, I'm gonna take this big brush again and just make sure I don't have a line. Okay. Next, I use this really dark one, which I know people are afraid of, but honestly, after blending a lot, that's what gives the nice contour look. And you can see my skin is not dark by any means, so take this, make like a duck face, and make a nice defined line here. Kind of start to blend it a little. I know that looks scary, but trust me, it ends up looking really good. I did this. So sometimes you do need to play around, like this side's just a little bit darker than this side. Buffing always does the trick when you go just a little heavier than you wanted to. Okay. So now you gotta soften that out. You obviously don't want to walk around looking like this. Just little circular motions. You can see that nice shadow already. Okay. And then you got to do the edges of the face because that is naturally where a tan normally shows. So again, I'm going to combine these two colors. The more orange one and then like a darker brown and just go around the edges. And the thing about contouring is you should not be afraid to actually go into your hairline, because that makes it look more natural. And then sometimes I'm not into the, it's a little too red and orange, not into that look, so I'll go back to the darker brown and put it here. Okay. Actually, go over the lines one more time again with a lighter, more subtle brown. And then, see, that looks pretty good. You blend all of that once again, just to make sure it looks natural. Okay. So everyone does, I think, their orders differently. Next, I actually go in for this banana powder, this yellow one, the big brush, and just loosely put it right under my eyes, kind of out to my cheekbone. Just a little here, and just a little bit here. And then to actually contour further, I like to put my blush on first. That's just me. I'm all about bright eyes. And I find that when I put my blush on after, I completely mess up the bright contouring that I already did. So I use NARS. This is Orgasm, which is my all-time favorite. I think everyone else's too. This is what it looks like. Use this little brush. Put it on my cheek, and I actually follow along where my contour is. Just gives a nice shimmer, and you know, that look like you just pinch your cheeks. That's what you want. I don't like to overdo it with the blush though, so I'm not all about those intense colors. This one has a little shimmer to it. I am all about the shimmer. Next, I take, ooh, let's see if you guys can see this. This color, it's a light matte color, so these are the two light matte colors. This is a highlighter and this is a highlighter. So I take the lighter one with a little brush, put it on the top of my nose. This is what I was talking about when I said put the lighter colors where the light naturally hits. Top of nose, right here. Putting this on the corner of your mouth actually just accentuates your lips. And then put it right here. And I'm all about this. It's because I personally think it brightens up your whole face, especially if you're tired. Cool. And then just to make a more defined line on the bottom, once again, I will take the banana powder, just put a little bit underneath, define that contour out. Beautiful, I love it. And then highlighter, I will do in a second, but next comes the eyes. So I use NYX once again, or NYX. I actually don't know how to pronounce it, and if I'm gonna be really into makeup, I probably should know, but this is an eyeshadow base. Just helps your eyeshadow go on better. And make sure it doesn't crease either. And I'm actually gonna be testing with you guys something I last minute grabbed at TJ Maxx. If you guys have not been to TJ Maxx, go, because everything is dirt cheap, but you can find like high-end brands. So I have never looked at their makeup, but they actually have quite a bit, like $10 max. I found this Bare Minerals. Is it liquid? It's like an eyeshadow stick. So we'll see how I like it. So when, you know, a lot of my friends always say they don't know how to do their eyeshadow, and you just need to think of your eye exactly like contouring. So right around here is where you want to put a darker color to accentuate your eyes and make them look bigger and just basically pop. So, okay. Again, this is my first time trying this. This is what it looks like. I'm just gonna experiment here. Probably use my fingers. It's creamy. We'll see if it creases later. Hope not. Ooh. It's pretty. I could see myself using this daily for work just because it's so fast. One thing I am noticing is it doesn't really go on very thick. So I guess I should put more on. After, when you touch your eye, I will say it doesn't smudge or budge at all, so you definitely can see this not creasing. Cool. Okay, and then I always, makeup, it gets messy, so I always have a paper towel lying around for my hands. Okay. So next, if you actually don't have a darker brown eyeshadow color to contour with, you can actually use your own contouring. Okay, so I'm gonna use this one, the darker brown. I'm all about the darks, especially around the eyes. And again, you put it in the upper crease of your eye. And the whole idea is just to accentuate your eye and just the shape of it. Make it really pop. It makes you just look almost more animated. Your eyes pop versus having nothing. So when I don't want to wear eyeshadow, just so you guys know, I still will lightly do this with my own contouring color. So I'll just use the light one that I use on the bridge of my nose, and then a lighter, the one I put on the sides of my nose on the edge, and it still just gives a subtle eye popping look. Ooh, love this though. And then use this end of my brush to blend. Other trick with eyeshadow, it always should go to the outer corner of your eyebrow. A lot of people don't go that far out, and then you're actually making your eye look smaller when you do that. Cool. So many brushes. Okay. So next, this is another thing I've been doing recently. I actually put my mascara on because I learned that in order to get big eyelashes, you need to not only put multiple coats, but between each coat you need to let it fully dry, which in the morning when you're in a rush could take a while. So I switch around for mascaras all the time. To be honest, I don't have one ride or die. This is CoverGirl Exhibitionist, and it does the trick. So what I'm gonna do is my first coat on. You need to go back and forth. Some people don't know that, but going back and forth and then moving that up with an upward motion actually covers your whole eyelash all the way around. Okay, and then next step, this is a weird one, but I actually use baby powder again. So I'll just take a Q-tip, put baby powder in a paper towel, and lightly coat my eyelashes. To be honest, this works 10 times better than any primer out there. And you can just do one coat of baby powder or multiple and follow the same steps. Let this dry, put another coat of baby powder. The more you do, the thicker your eyelashes will be. And the queen of eyelashes, I ask you guys, oh shit. Oh, what an example of when you get mascara on your face. Ah. I think it's gone. What was I saying? Oh, queen of eyelashes. I have been known to be the expert to put fake eyelashes on, and I do love them. But I will admit, in the past, I don't think I knew how to play up my own eyelashes as much, and so now that I do, honestly, this kind of does the trick. I'll still put fake eyelashes on occasionally. Not to work though, just for like special events or like going out when my makeup's all done. Okay, so letting that dry. Next, I said that this concealer doesn't crease, and it doesn't, but the trick is while you're doing your makeup to prevent immediate creases. So I always pull down my eye. You can see like little creases here, and just fix that with this brush, and after that it should never crease again. And next comes the highlighting, which is fun. So some people use this white highlighter here. It's like shimmery, you can see. In the corner of their eyes, I actually found an eyeshadow that is essentially the same. It's white and shimmery. And I always, even if I'm not wearing eyeshadow, put this in the corner of my eye. I love it because it instantly opens up your eye. See, you can like see the difference between the two eyes. $24 minutes. Huh. I always tell Brandon I can typically get ready in 30, so let's see if I make it to 30 minutes. And then of course, like for work, I don't do this extravagantly. I just plop makeup on and go. Okay, so next, this light one, this white one again, I'm gonna use the bow of my lips, which again just accentuates the lips. And then then I'm gonna take this one, use the white again, up here, which just defines your eyebrows, which by the way are not done, so ignore my eyebrows. I don't know if everyone knew this, but I know my like best friends know I am allergic to wax, even the sensitive kind. So after discovering that in like 5th grade and being horrified from coming to school with bumps all over, I can't wax my eyebrows. So I do just pluck, but that does mean they get long. So you can see like potentially, right, like they could be all over the place. So I always have to really tame my eyebrows. And then finally, as far as highlighting, for work, I use this one on the end. It's really subtle, and I put it up here. For weekends, and just honestly, if I'm in a more fun mood for work, I use Becca. This is Prosecco Pop, and I used to use Champagne Pop. They're both great. This is what it looks like. It's literally beautiful. I take a brush like this, dab that, put it up here. And this is something I'm working on, but sometimes I can really overdo the highlighter, and it's literally just because it's so beautiful and mesmerizing. I just want to keep putting more. Look at that. Oh, so pretty. Okay, so the contouring's done, my eyes are done. And next I do eyebrows, and then follow that up with another coat, and then my eyeliner. Okay, so this is a new bottle, but this is what I use, Wonder Brow. I love it. Comes with just a little brush like this. This is brunette. At one point I used black. I think it's called black/brown. That's when my hair was a little darker, and it still is just a little dark. So first I go over this, try to get the shape that I want, and again, I have crazy eyebrows. So I need to really create my own shape with this. Because this is new, I need to be careful with not putting too much. Just dab that on, and then you use this every time to just comb that. I mean, it's kind of like goo through. Right there. This is the part that's tricky. I honestly have like hair gaps, so maybe one day microblading would be the thing for me. But what's nice about this is it's gooey, right? But once it dries, it actually dries looking very natural, just like hair. So kind of like see that, fill that in. There are days when I mess up, and that's totally fine. That's what Q-tips are for. Okay. For some reason, I find my left eyebrow is just generally better. I don't know. It's like the shape's better. Ooh, I dropped that. Easier to shape than my right one. Ooh. Okay. And the trick is, because you get so focused on your eyebrows up close, you kind of gotta step back and truly make sure they're even. It looks like they're even to me. the end of the day, I don't really know if other people notice as much as I do. At least I hope not. Okay. Eyebrows done. So contour done. Last part of those beautiful eyelashes and eyeliner. I am actually going to get a brush really fast. So for brushes, e.l.f. does the trick. $1 brushes from e.l.f., especially for like eye related things. So I just got this today because my other one wasn't really working too well. And then I will take my contour again actually and use this dark brown and lightly put it on the outside of my eyes again, just to define. If I were going out, I'd use black even under here, which is like lots of fun, but this is a more natural look. Okay. I also, as of like 2 years ago, I never used to do this, love white eyeliner. And this is NYX or whatever, NYX, once again. So yes, I will put darker on the edges, but I do put white inside. And why, I've just found it once again, really opens up your eye. And I just love the look it gives. God, my TV stopped. I should have done that a long time ago. See, I just like, it just opens up your eye a little bit more. Next, boom, boom. Let's take those baby powder eyelashes and curl them up. There are some tricks to, like, while you're doing your makeup, put this under your armpit or take a hair dryer to it just to make it warm so that it curls your eyelashes a little better. I am like aware of that, I just forget to do it. Looking good. So next, I actually, before I put on my next coat, will put on my eyeliner. I have always used liquid black eyeliner on the top. I just find, once again, at least for me and my eyes and my eye color, it makes my eyes pop. And like just defines them. So I'll put the light brown colors on the bottom, but always liquid black on the top, which I do mess up some mornings. I use NYX Matte, and it's like that. I get questions and like, how do you make such a fine line? Honestly, maybe it's because of my art skills. I don't know. I like to start here. When I start in the corner, I sometimes mess up, and you can't go backwards from there. So do that first. Then I kind of connect. So that looks good. So normally what happens is I either get the other eye perfectly the same or the line's thicker, and if so, then I'll just go and fix this one. So we'll see what happens today. This is a little over 30 minutes, but in fairness, I've never done a video like this, and I normally don't take this long. And I'm just like whipping makeup out, but That pretty much looks even. I think I did the left side just a little thicker. Okay, I'll just let that dry. The faster it dries, the better it dries. And if you leave it wet and you move around your eyes, it'll crease with how your eyes are moving. So make sure that's dry. And last but not, actually not last but not least, because I'm going to do lips, but last part of the makeup aside from lips is your second coat. And again, you can totally do a third coat. So I could totally, making sure after my eyeliner dried, of course, put another coat of baby powder. So you can see, like, not only does it go on really thick, so it makes your eyelashes really full, it like defines them with the baby powder, which I love, love, love. That's exactly what I've used fake eyelashes for in the past. Beautiful. Look at my thumb. My fingers can hyperextend. That's really funny. Okay. Bottom. Some people will do second coats on their bottom lashes. I'm not into that, but again, just because of my eye shape, it just, I don't know. I don't like the look. Thick, chunky bottom eyelashes, to me, no. So I just like coat them so that they're there and they, you know, you can see I have bottom eyelashes, that they exist. Okay. I will do lips, but next, and I found this makes a huge difference, especially with the highlighter and just like keeping everything in place, especially being in Arizona when you walk outside and you sweat anyways. I use Urban Decay All Nighter. Again, same line as my setting powder, but this is a spray and it's amazing. I don't know if you guys have ever found, at least I have, that when I work out, my makeup sometimes actually looks better. At least face-wise, no matter how much I sweat, it just like looks good and dewy and it's set into the skin. This is gonna do the same thing. So I do an axe, so 1, 2, 3, and then just 2 more on the outside. Woo! Let it dry. But you can already see it, like what it did to my makeup and my face. Love. And lastly, I just got new lipstick, which it's not here. Let me get it. Maybe it is here. I am blind. No. Hold please. Well, you guys, oh, it's right in front of my face. Duh. So this is NYX or NYX Powder Puff. I use their bright red one for red lipstick, which is scary to use when it's bad and it's going all over your mouth, but this is actually goes on amazingly, so I figured I'd try a new color. And you do not need liner for this. So it's basically like an applicator like this. Squeeze it so color comes. You can see it coming. And it goes on like cream. So it does actually hydrate your lips, but it dries like chalk. It's weird, but it does not dry out. And you can continue to layer this, so it's not one of those like liquid lipsticks that you can't fix it, because the more you layer it, the more it like gets all chunky. It's great. Love. My hair out. And that is my look. So this is my first video, maybe of many, maybe first and last. But hope you guys liked it.